And before entering into another relationship, get an orchid. And when I say get an orchid, we're off record, Brenda. What I mean by that is this. When somebody gives you an orchid as a gift, it comes with the beautiful blooms, right? So when you get that orchid, and usually they're like $12.99, and it has the blooms on it, wait until the blooms fall off, which they will, probably within like 3 months or so. And if you're able to get that orchid to bloom again and keep it alive for 1 year after that, you'll be ready for a relationship. And I say that because orchids require patience, because there's a photo that he sent or somebody sent with him dancing with someone else. I don't understand why. What I'm saying is, if somebody is unfaithful, if somebody's dancing with somebody else and you think they're unfaithful, put yourself on pause and make a decision. Either you're going to accept that or not accept it. If you're not going to accept it, just call it time out on the relationship, call it quits. But now what's happening is you have a deferred adjudication for an assault bodily injury that could have easily been a deferred adjudication for a burglary of a habitation. You understand? Court is calling 2022 CR 2352, State of Texas versus Elias Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
Efrain Torres Jr. for Ms. Elias Rodriguez.
And are you Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Rodriguez, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor. State's proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault causing bodily injury. And for the record, we are waiving intervening any familial allegations.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review this document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury as a Class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that offense is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record for a moment. Mr. Nahara?
Yes, Your Honor.
To breakout room number 1 with your client.
Wonderful. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. De La Rosa, if you go to breakout room number 1, please. We're back on the record. According to the plea bargain agreement, The state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury. There's a $0 fine and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Yes, Your Honor.
There have been motions that have
Oh,
been
no, I
heard,
think you said, are we abandoning? No, Your Honor, that's not.
so there have been no motions?
No.
All right, so you understand if the court were to follow this agreement that I would not grant you the right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 18 months. There be no harmful or injurious contact with Eric, E-R-I-K, Gonzalez, G-O-N-Z-A-L-E-Z, and hostility and aggression control course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury as a class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state offers state's exhibit number 1 and its attachments.
Any
No
objections?
objection.
Ms. Rodriguez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. How the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, my client Elias Rodriguez, Judge, just takes responsibility. She wants to move forward and get this past her. And she would appreciate if the court just follow the recommendation offered by the state.
All right, so Ms. Gonzalez, I'm sorry, Ms. Rodriguez, I'm reading other people's names in the thing. Are you and Mr. Gonzalez still in a relationship?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so there's no need for you to have any contact with him.
Well, to some extent, yes, Judge, they have 4 children.
Can't that be through a third party? Because it appears,
Well, Judge, they are going through a divorce proceeding right now. I don't know how that's going to play out. I don't know what's going to be ruled, but at this time, I believe, are you guys communicating in regards to the kids?
It is through the third party.
so they can continue. I think it's best that they do it through a third party.
Sure, that's fine, Judge.
All right. So,
And Judge, I have to say, we've spoken with the complainant. He specifically asked for this. I understand the court's decision. I just want you to understand our recommendation was based on.
all right, thank you. But anytime someone goes into a home, doesn't live there, cause commotion because there's a photo that he sent or somebody sent with him dancing with someone else, I don't understand why people let that bother them.
Your Honor,
Yes,
that was not the case.
I mean, that's what it says in the police report, and this is what's been stipulated to. So this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if somebody is unfaithful, if somebody's dancing with somebody else and you think they're unfaithful, put yourself on pause and make a decision. Either you're going to accept that or not accept it. If you're not going to accept it, just call it time out on the relationship, call it quits. But now what's happening is you have a deferred adjudication for an assault bodily injury. That could have easily been a deferred adjudication for a burglary of a habitation. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, are you employed?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a party planner and I do sales online.
What do you sell?
Victoria's Secret.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 18 months deferred adjudication. I'm sorry, deferred adjudication, parenting classes, 80 hours of community service restitution. Once you complete the parenting classes, the court will waive 40 of those community service restitution hours. And if you provide proof of a COVID vaccination, the remaining of those hours will be waived. The court is not requiring anyone to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, and you provide proof, or if you've had it and you provide proof, the 40 of those hours will be waived. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be no contact with Eric Gonzalez outside of court proceedings. There's to be the hostility and aggression course, aggression control course. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. If you're drug tested today, what will the results be? All right, there's to be regular UAs. And there should be a drug test today, Rebecca. Rebecca, is there anything else you need?
Were you gonna do field visits, Judge?
Yes, let's do field visits, regular one time per month. Ms. Rodriguez, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Judge, since she does party arrangements and she sells online, would an affidavit suffice, or how would you want me to show proof of that?
Oh, I'm sure just, I'm pretty reasonable on that.
Okay.
But she will have to show some type of income that's coming in.
Okay.
All right, she has 4 children to support.
Correct.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. And you know, before entering into another relationship, get an orchid. And when I say get an orchid, we're off record, Brenda. What I mean by that is this. When somebody gives you an orchid as a gift, it comes with the beautiful blooms, right? So when you get that orchid, and usually they're like $12.99, and it has the blooms on it, wait until the blooms fall off, which they will, probably within like 3 months or so. And if you're able to get that orchid to bloom again and keep it alive for 1 year after that, you'll be ready for a relationship. And I say that because orchids require patience. You can't move them around too much. They like to be talked to. You got to put the right amount of fertilizer and everything. Good luck to you.
Judge, do you want her to report with CeeLo Reyes in the back?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah, Coach Sean.
All right, so I'm going to tell you what I have a problem with. And I think you already know.
We did discuss the possibility.
All right, because people who are using drugs really shouldn't be caring for vulnerable people. And I guarantee you, anybody who loves their relative, if they knew you were using meth, they would not want you taking care of them, be it drawing blood or anything of that nature. So she can't work there. She needs to get a job. I mean, is she telling that company, hey, I'm currently using drugs?
Of course not, Judge, but would the court consider doing zero tolerance drug test now? I mean, she's been working there 3 months and they've kept her on, and she does have a history. So they hired her and it is a very decent job.
But do they know that she's currently using drugs? Because the problem is, if she's using drugs and there are patients there that need drugs, then she could potentially end up taking their drugs. I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but people need to stop hiring people to be home healthcare providers, draw people's blood and do all of this when they have all of these things in their past and they're still doing the same thing. So her history, obviously she's a repeater, which means she's been to prison for drugs. And now she's coming out and she's picking up another drug case and she's currently using drugs. Did you just come from work?
No, ma'am, I'm going to work. Yeah, but not anymore.
So,
And we did discuss the possibility before.
all right, do you have any children?
No, ma'am,
All right, who do you live with?
my aunt.
Okay. I mean, once she becomes clean and sober, the court will reconsider things. But I'm sure maybe that company needed somebody and they were taking a chance on her, but my role, I feel like my role, part of it is protecting the community. And I can't in good conscience have you being in the position that you're in with vulnerable people and you're using. You understand? So when's the last time you used meth?